Good evening folks, and welcome, and thank you very much for joining me. Right, what we're going to do tonight, if I can ever get my foot bloody untangled from these wires. There we go. Right, what we'll do tonight, we'll finish where we started last night. We'll put the Binatone Speedway to one side. I have looked into getting a microphone for this, a new microphone for it. And I'm expecting to have the situation addressed on my blown up RF meter. I'll let you know any news on that as soon as I hear about it. And I'm just making some space on the workbench because we're not going to need that. Just making some space so that we can work. Right. We don't really need a mic, not for this job. That mic's buggered anyway, which is a shame because it's a Midland mic. And I've got a Midland radio up there. This is my test mic. In fact, this test mic is actually better than the mic I've got for one of my radios, so I might swap the casing. Put some of these wires away. This is a Cybernet wire. We don't need any wire. Put that in there for now. Of any description really, because the what do you call it? Right. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to go hunt the capacitor, or hunt the capacitors. We're going to look, we're going to get the ESR meter out and we're going to check to try and find out I can plug this into the Maxcom and charge the batteries because they're going to be a bit low. They've been used. Right. So we'll just pop that there for now. I'll just pop that there. That can charge up. In fact, I'll pop it back where it was. It's out of the way then. There we go. And that can charge up off the bench power supply. That's a frequency counter. We don't need him. And we've got these two leads here, which are my leads for connecting things up that I wouldn't otherwise be able to connect up. My lead box is all gone everywhere under here. No, I need to sort it out. Right. Put that away. Right. I also got in that deal, but I've lost it, a connector that I've been after for a while. It's here somewhere. Never mind about that now. What we're concerned about at the moment, let me just stand camera 4 up. and get the appropriate tester. You see, in this one I always get the wrong one out because they're not labelled. Oh, it's the right one. There we go. Has it got a battery in it? And she works. Yeah. Right. I shall be back in a minute, folks. And while I'm stood up, I'm going to take this opportunity to go and have a slash. We'll be back in a minute. Oh, my hand. Oh. Shut this door. There we go. Now, that's the door shut. Let's get this, let's try and get this radio dealt with. Oh. Right. Ooh, it weighs a bit, this. Let's get the safe block, because I've not got around to putting a plug on it yet. So the old safe block, or as we used to call them in the day, a Lenny box. Right. So what we need to do is find a screwdriver that fits there, and my glasses. Helps have my glasses back. Right. Turn this for camera. So there we go. Right, so this is actually a home base, classed as a base station, but all it is really, as I said last night, it's basically a DNT M40 with, I'd like to know how that's supposed to work. We'll have a look in a minute. We've got the soldering iron good and hot. And we need both sides off this. We'll see if we've got the capacitors on there, damn it, to replace what's in here. Because it'll only be capacitors that's causing the problem. Right, the idea with this I think yeah, you would have lifted these up at one time, but they broke off. Yeah, you would have lifted these up so you could prop it up, but they're actually broken off. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Right, so what we'll do, we'll take the top off, which comes off easy enough. We've actually got a plug here which we might use. So we've got a plug there, so we can put a plug on it. Whoops. It seems strange putting a plug on a little thing like this. Now we will desolder the speaker this time, because Right. The speakers marked negative and positive, not that it matters with a speaker, a mono one anyway. Going pretty much any way around. Right, the problem is going to be around here. If we can just zoom in and try and show you, I would actually, yeah, we can zoom in, we can use camera too, I think. Right, as you can see, we've got a good sprinkling of electrolytics around this area here. So let's just go back a little bit. There we are. So we're going to try and change as many of these as we can, because this has got low volume, and that's basically caused through the fact that we've got bad electrolytics, and we need to work out which way they come out, because there's no, I noticed they didn't put any markings on the board. Very good of them, thank you, DNT. Right, so we're going to start with this big one here. We're going to start with this huge one here. Let's zoom out of that because that's useless. There we go. Now what we'll do, we'll go to camera 4. No. There we are. So what we're going to do, we're going to change capacitors in this area here. There's your audio output there, and we're going to change capacitors in this area here. We're going to start with these because I think it's going to be one of these that's the issue, and that'll be your output transformer or your interstage transformer, but we're going to be changing capacitors around there anyway, and we'll see. Oops, I don't want to pull the front off, and we'll see if we can get. Oof, I'll tell you what, you know, it weighs a ton with this transformer on it. We're probably going to look at, I think I've got some 200 microfarads at that voltage. I might even replace those in that little power supply. Yeah, because it is an issue. It's not an issue to get that off, so we may as well do that. But these radios do suffer from dry joints, but I don't think dry joints is the issue with this one. I think the issue with this one is it's just faulty. So let's see if we. Yeah, we found that one. Let's just clean this sucker out. Clean me sucker. I have got a powered sucker, but let's give this nozzle a bit of a clean with the file. I'm going to do it. Just try and scrape it with a knife. I'm going to get all the bad bits off it. So when I stick on the circuit board, Just file the top, just get it smooth. Let's put that spring there a minute. Oh, that's better. Yeah. That's going to be okay. Stick that back in. Get that bit of solder out of there. There we go. Don't need jamming things up, do we? Really should have an O-ring in this, but it's not got one. Yeah, let's put a bit of grease or something in there, because that feels very, very dry. Let's put a bit of this lubricant on it. Don't know how well that'll do it. Stretch the spring a bit. There we go. I think that will work. So what we'll do, bring our cleaner over here. Now what we can do, we can that should be undone, and the negative is to that way. It's out. It's actually not double sided around the capacitors, it's just double clad. But where the components go in, it's single sided, so it's not too bad. So what we'll do, we'll test this, see what the value it should be, then see what value it actually is. So the value should be 220 microfarads. I think I've got some of those. If I haven't, we'll be putting theirs damn it in at 16 volts. And that bottom looks a bit swollen. .278 at 2 UF. It's not that. There's no ESR good on it as well. But since he's out, we'll replace him. Put a new one in him in his place. And we're going to 220 UF at the voltage I want them at. I want them at 16 volts. If I haven't, I'll be putting nearest damn it in it. They're 470, they're too high. These ones are the right value, but they're only 10 volts. So we can't use those because they're not high enough. I mean, We probably could, because you only get 12 volts going through this, but we want to do it right. Right. What's this one here? I mean, I have got some. Some of these are a bit mixed up as well. That's 3.3 UF. That's no good. 470. I like to check just in case some have ended up in the wrong places. And that one's 10 volt as well. I'm going to look actually, because some of these could have ended up in the wrong bloody containers, because one of these tubs went all over the place once. 680. We've got another one there, you see, which is in the wrong place. Three 330. A 330 will probably work. And that one there is probably just, yeah, 47, that's no good. We've got another one here which is massive. It doesn't belong in there. 47 UF, it's the wrong one. A lot of these ended up in 470. See, and that's on there, you see. A lot of them ended up. So probably, if I've got them, probably have bloody got them. Bloody hell. That one's a bit... Oh, that's 0.22 UF at 50 volts. Bastard if I had one then. Right. Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're not putting a 400 volt one in it. Can't afford to waste them. What are these here? These are 250 volts. They're 2.2. They're no good. Not for this job. Don't look there. Let's get the... Have a look in this other box. I need to order another one of these kits really. So a 370 would do it. A 370 would work. .470, that's no good, especially at 10 volts. And what's this one? 680. 220. See, they're 220s and they're in the wrong place. Only 10 volts. What about these ones? What are these? Bloody 10 volts. Let's check them all. 10 volts. 10 volts. They're all 10 volts. $220. The nearest I've got for that, and I'm going to put that one in. The nearest I've got, I could put a 10 volt one in it, but they're no good. The nearest I've got is 330 at 25 volts, so we're going to go with that. So we're going to stick him in. And he goes that way. I got my new twiddling sticks today, because my twiddling sticks were getting a bit past it. So I took the liberty of getting myself some new ones a few weeks ago. They finally turned up today. Right. So what we'll do next, we'll solder this new capacitor into place. We won't test the radio because we know damn well that won't be the fault, because the original capacitor was working. Just that, just that as it's out, it may as well come out and stay out. So what we'll do now, we'll clip the leads. And just try and get that one there a bit shorter. That's got it. Now, oops, I don't want to keep pulling on that fucking front, I'm going to end up breaking it, because it just clips off. Right. Now we've got the other capacitor, which is there, and that one there. That one there goes under that resistor and then pisses off somewhere else, so it goes there. That's going to be a tricky one to find when the time comes. Wonder if I can test that in circuit. You're supposed to be able to test in circuit with this, but I found it very unpredictable. But we'll try it. You are supposed to be able to test in circuit with it, but .86, 11.2. I bet if I took that out the circuit it would read perfect. What we'll do, see if we can clip it, because hang on, there we go. Right, we're going to take it out. Right, where's the negative? Right, the sleeving isn't even facing the right way. I think it's the sleeving on that isn't even facing the right freaking way. So there we've got one leg of it out. We've got to manage to get one leg out. There we go. And that one there is a negative. Lift that out there. And then try and get that down there. Just gotcha. Now, what value should he be? It's 25 volts, whatever he is, and he's supposed to be 1 UF, and he probably is, but he was pretty high in the circuit. It was 11 ohms on the meter, so if he's 11 ohms now, then he's probably the problem, because 11 ohms is like putting an 11 ohm resistor in there. Yeah, ESR 11 ohms, wow, that's like putting an 11 ohm resistor in it. So we want a 1 microfarad at 25 volts. 1 microfarad at, oh, that's 0.1. We've got 1 microfarad at 50 volts. It will do. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have it. And the negative goes to that pin there. So what we'll do, we will try and, so it's in between that resistor. Is that it there? Yep, that's one of them. Where's my sucker? That's one of them. I think the other one's there. I think the other one is here. No? Oh, well, let's get that one, and then we'll look at where that other one is. They can be a bit tricky bloody find. Make sure I put that correct component in. 1 UF at 50 volts, that's the one. We get that one out of the way because it's a different value. And that's the one there. That's the one we want out. And the other one is there. And it's right in front of that resistor. And I think it's tricky. I think it's see, the problem we have is it might be underneath something else. Yeah. Let's just lift this off. I think it's under this resistor. Companies are known for doing that. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. That's it. We're on it. There we go. Just put it right underneath another bloody part. So what we'll do, we'll now pop this back in. Oh, hang on. I just want to. There we go. And it went with the negative this way, like that. That's how it went. And we're going to do it that way. Right. That's how it's shown it. Right. Clip that out. Clip that out. Solder that back down. Right. Move all this junk out of the way. Right, well that's one we found that was down. And we've replaced him. And that's definitely where. So let's get the safe block in. We'll test him now. We found a bad one. We can test it because I don't want to replace every single bloody capacitor in the damn thing. I will do the power supply, but I don't want to do every single bloody capacitor. I mean, the radio's just not worth it. I mean, it could, who the fuck's that? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Who is it? Who is it?
Come on.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh, come in, Will. Are you coming in?
No, I've got to go.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Hang on a minute. Put them there.
One for you, one for the wife.
What's in them?
Hot pot.
Oh, lovely.
You and dumplings.
Oh, thank you very much, Mildred. I'll catch you later. Bye, mate. Move. Move. Well, that was the Mildred. Brought me some stew and dumplings. Well, at least I know what I'm having for my supper tonight. I've got plenty of stuff in, but that'll save me messing about. Right. Let's connect the radio. We don't need a microphone in this for testing it because these D&Ts work without a mic in them on receive. There we go. Let's plug the external speaker. Where's the external speaker? It would help if we had that because we haven't got the internal speaker connected. So Nothing there. Let's try the internal speaker, because there's nothing there. Just lift this off so we're not connected. Right, not that makes much difference. We're only messing with a little bit of DC. Right, and get that off there. But we could have an issue. But surely could be a dodgy socket. But these are supposed to work without mic in them. Let's unplug the... No, nothing. That's back in the right way. Let's see if that gets warm. It's the right way. Let's just see if we get a hiss. No, nothing. Nothing. Absolutely zilch. I've took them out there, I've done it the right way. But there again, have I? Let's turn that off. See if we keep lifting the lid up. Let's take the speaker off. Just double check underneath. Sure I did it the right way. Right. There we go. Lift that up. Right, so that one there. No, it's not. It's get that out. I mean, the other one, the label was moved round a bit, so that one doesn't want to come out. Ah. That could be the reason. Bloody hell. Well, that doesn't want to move, does it? That's the one. That's that one out. No, that's one out, so it's net stack capacitor there. That one there. So now we've done that the right way. That's the right way, because I remember saying negative towards there. And this other one, which I've now gone and lost, which I've just put down. Where have you gone? There it is. It could have gone that way, but see the way it was twisted. The way it was twisted was it could have been that way. I don't think it was. There's one way to find out, isn't there? Right. Let's give that a bit of a nudge. But I don't understand why we didn't get the sound. Solder these back up. I desoldered. Solder that back up. And solder that back onto there. So put the external speaker in and see what we get. Let's move that one out of the way, we don't need that. See what we get. Ah, must have been the wrong way. Whoops. It must have been the wrong way. But it was the way the thing So what we'll do now, we'll put the internal speaker back on because the volume on the computer could be lower, but someone's had the speaker out of this as well because it's not attached right how it should be. So what we'll do, we'll put the speaker back. Yeah, so it was the wrong way, but it's the way the capacitor, the still low, so that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's definitely definitely not the one, so let's get this back up here and let's have a look at the next one to change. The fault will be, it could even be in the audio chip, but I don't think so. These, it'd be one of these. You can bet your bottom dollar. Right, the negative of that one comes towards me, and I can't test it in the circuit, but I think it's this fucker here. I think it's this one here. And that does go to that does go straight into the audio IC. That bloody front that does go straight into the audio IC. So we're not quite unsoldered, and we don't want to break it because we want to test it. And it's this. There we go. Negative towards me. Let's test this one and see if the fault, what value is it? .7 UF. At how many volts? 50 volts. Well, there won't be for 50 volts going through that. So, as I can safely say. But we'll see what we've got on this one. Yeah, 5.83 UF, 1.54 ohms. That wouldn't really stop it. I wouldn't think that would stop it, but as it's out, we'll put a new one in. So we'll just make sure it's a 4.7. Yeah, but these then grey capacitors are known for failing anyway. We've got a 0.1, we've got a 0.47. Oh, we've got one here, 4.7 UF at 50 volts. Just what the doctor ordered. Right. And I'm making sure yep, it's correct. Now let's pop him in. Are we correct? Yep, we are correct. Thought there was one missing. We will test this fucking big blue one here and all. We'll test these ones here, these big ones. Let's make sure we're not shorted across. Oh, we're good. square perfect. Let's clip the leads off. Clip that one. Clip that one. Now, let's plug the external speaker back in, because we try it after each test, and that way we know. Why did that not come on? That's not happy. No, that's not happy. No. That's definitely not happy. Let's unplug that extension speaker. No, we're definitely not happy there. There's something not happy. Let's try that, shall we? Yeah, just shows you. There we go. Still low. So it's still low. So let's look at our next one. So that one obviously wasn't an issue. That would have worked with that in it. So the next one we want to look at. Want to look at this one, because it could even be a transistor, but I don't think so. Let's move that one out of the way, because that's going down. Oh no, it's not. How's this one connected in? Negative towards me. Negative towards me, and just walk about. Negative towards me. And I think it's this one here. Yeah. That's the one. We'll clean the holes up in a minute. There's negative towards me. That earth off there? No, it ain't. Right, negative towards me. Keep that in mind. Because the board's not bloody marked. 2.3 microfarad, 50 volts. .3 mic at 50 volts. I think we found him. These open. Yeah, monitoring for component. Just check. Yep. Yep. We found him. He's the one. Right. Well, he's certainly not helping. Let's turn that off because I'm not a rich man. 2.2 has actually 2.2 it actually is, and we got a 2.2, got a 3. Yeah, we actually have got a 2.2. Some of you are probably wondering, why do I count across the box? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it is. Make sure I get the right one out and I don't think it's about. Oh, we all do things that make things a bit easier for ourselves. Right. That's the negative. 2.2 at 50 volts. So what we'll do, we'll clean the solder pads up. Make new up, clean the pads so we've got the holes there. Get a bit of solder from between. I don't like that, we'll get that away from there. So we use that. Got it. Now let's clean the other pad. There we go. Now make sure the holes are clear. Yeah. And the negative is towards me. Remember, on these electrolytics, they do go in one way. As we've already know, I've made a mistake, put one in the wrong way around. But no harm done, we just swapped it. And that's that. Clip them leads down. There we go. Right, will it or won't it? This is the question. And we are the correct way. And yes, we are. Put the original speaker on because we are a bit louder. I noticed that it was a bit louder, there was a bit more bite to the hiss, but you can't tell with the computer speakers because they're turned pretty low. So we'll have its own speaker. Thank you very much. Get a bit of solder. Bit of solder on the old iron there. Or the soldering batter, as Richard calls it. Richard from UKCB Servicing. Really top guy. Actually know him. I know him, I helped him out. Wow, that doesn't want to go on there, does it? I helped him out many years ago on some jukebox repairs. And I looked after him on his repairs, you know, sort of like mates rates sort of thing. and when I needed something from him, he dealt with it. Fixed. There we are. It's repaired. So we've done. Let's turn the take the plug, take the safe block, take this out. So we've done. Ow! The bloody hell was that? My Stanley knife. Oh, cut me fucking foot. Do you know, of all the freaking luck you can have, the bloody blades hit me foot, cut me foot as it hit me. Do you know something? I have some rotten luck sometimes. If I'd have been a buffalo, I'd have run into Bill. Do you know, last week I found a wage packet. The fucker had 3 days off. So what we'll do, we'll take this back off because we want to put the speaker as it should be. So yeah, that's fixed now. So it just shows you, doesn't it? It was one capacitor. I'm not replacing all of them because, you know, I'm just not going to. It's just I just don't see the need to actually do that. Put these plates back where they belong. I mean, somebody somewhere took this speaker out and put it back in, and it's wrong. Well, the speaker's not wrong, it's either that or some fuckers glued it in. Right, that one is correct, so we'll now tighten that back up. There we go. Undo this one so we can get a decent and I think this one, there we go. Might be, let's undo that one as well. We might need to slide the speaker down a bit. There we go. Yeah, that's there. I think somebody has changed the speaker in this. I'll do it again, I don't know. But why would somebody might have had the speaker out actually, thinking that the speaker was the fault. It is possible that somebody's had the speaker out thinking the speaker was the fault, and it's not. It was that capacitor that was the fault. And we obviously know that because, I mean, I knew, as soon as I switched that radio on, I knew by the sound that it was fixed. So I hate these clamps. There we go. I mean, these, there we are. Now we can tighten it, and the speaker is then exactly as it should be. So the question you all want to know is, did I get a good? Do I feel I got good value for what I paid for my radios? I gave £30 for the 2 radios and two SWR meters and 2 knackered microphones. But yeah, I do feel that. I do feel it was value for money, because hey, one of the radios is a home base. Admittedly, not the best of radios. But not the best, but that being said, you know, in this day and age, you can't really get a bleed over box unless you're really right next door to somebody, because there's not as many people on as there once was. I mean, a lot of radios used to suffer from bleed over because the amount of people that were on, and people were dead close to each other. I mean, some radios were generally crap. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some radios, like the Harvard Goodbuddy, and anything that used the great chassis, great as in the company that made it, not the fact that it was great. And then great chassis, they were only 3-watt radio. I mean, for some reason this is only do 3 watts, but that being said, right, this should, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, I do. That's it. Right. This is only this will need probably. I probably will need to do, mind you. They're Nichicon in that. They'll be good capacitors. Anyway, we're going to leave them because they're working and there's no hum or anything, no buzz. So we're going to leave it for now. We're going to look through the screws and try and find some, because there's 2 missing. And these radios do work. They are designed to work without a microphone plugged in. And I did have 2 screws. And I'm hoping I've still got 2 screws somewhere. There's one of them. There's the other one there. We'll find another. How many? Oh, God blimey, I might have to order the bloody things. I need that many of them. We'll have a look in the screw box first. See if we can find any. If we can't, then we'll just have to order them in. We'll just put up a couple in here, because it come with the screws missing. Most of them anyway. That's why I know somebody being in this one sort of gives it away, done it when the screws are not there. But that being said, we did actually find a plug earlier as well, and can I still find that? And I bet I'm the only person. See, this is the kind of luck I have. I'll open this plug and find there's no damn fuse in it. You know, because that's the kind of luck I have. I mean, yeah, I told you. The only person that can find a freaking plug and no bloody fuse in it. But that's no worries, because we can find a fuse. A fuse is not a great issue. So we can actually put the plug on. And what I like to do is take the pins out of the plug. There we go. Move that solder. Now let's have a look at the wires here. These are all a bit long, so we don't need them that long. So we will get. Where's my nice wire cutters that Paul sent me? Let's put the capacitors back, and we'll try and find my lovely set of wire cutters that Paul very kindly sent me. I've got another Danset amplifier coming in, by the way, folks. Thank you, Mark. Mark Davis, thank you sir for sending that. And now there's my wire cutters. Look at that, I've got blood. I've got blood dripping from me. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm leaking. Now where's me? I don't want to cut into the... Oh, it's gone into the drawer. It would do, wouldn't it? So what we need to do is I'm going to cut these with a more precise pair of cutters with the clippers. I'm going to cut these with the clippers, and then what I'm going to do then, I'm going to work out, just cut the ends off them because we want new wire anyway. And when you're doing this, you want the live shorter than the other two. So if it pulls out of the strain relief on the plug, let's go a bit more. Get in there, you. Where's my bloody Stanley knife? Yeah, you can't get in because of the rubber. Because I wanted a bit more than what I took off. That's it. And we can fold that over, hopefully. And you never solder these. You don't solder them, because that way if you solder them and they heat up, they can come out. Let's get a screwdriver. That's no good, that's a bloody, what do you call it, one? There's one. That's a star screwdriver. Right, so we're not going to fully tighten it. The earth might not be long enough. So we want the negative. Might have to redo this. But there's plenty of wire there anyway, so. I've not been on the CB radio this evening. There again, I've not really heard it crackle into life. It's being switched on. It's still switched on now in the radio room. It's on in there, but not heard anybody tonight. I was talking to a German called Gerhard earlier. Talking to a German station on the Colt 444, so the Colt 444 is working really well, and he's only doing 10 watts, and he was getting me, I think he was getting me £7 or £8 at Radio 5, you know, so that wasn't bad. From a sort of Colt 444 on the end of a silver rod, and it's not the high gain version of the silver rod, it's the standard version, so it's not really, you know, like it's the expensive one. I can't double that one over. That's alright. Oh, that didn't want to move, but it has done. Just put that there. Make sure we've got no stragglers. hold it like that, and you're not even seeing what I'm doing. You can't even see what I'm doing. There we are. Sorry about that, folks. I think this might be a bit. There we are. Let's take the strain relief out, or at least one side of it. Yeah, so yeah, I think for what I paid, I think my CB radios were good value for money, folks. You know, I really do, because I didn't pay a lot for them. They work out at £15 a radio. You know, I'm more than happy. I was more than happy to pay that for them. It's about the price that you want to be paying. You know, don't want to be paying stupid money for things, especially radios that are for like 38, 40 years old. Don't want to be paying money, stupid amounts of money for them. I mean, people do. There's people who will pay money just for a radio to have it in their collection because it's a radio they haven't got. Well, I'll be honest with you, folks, I'm not one of them. I don't care whether I have something in my collection, because for me to want it, it's got to be the right price. I'm not one of these who'll buy something because it's, I mean, I will admit I made an exception in the Clark and Smith record player, but he wanted 50 and we shook hands on 35. So I've actually got it down a bit. So, because I tried getting it for 30, but he wasn't having any of it. I mean, the guy just didn't want to know. We'll nick the fuse. What the hell's that? Cassette tape. No, we won't nick the fuse out of the cassette tape because it hasn't got one in. We'll nick the fuse out of this lead because it does have a 5 amp fuse in it. And we've got plenty of these figure of 8 leads, so I'm not that concerned about stealing the fuse. I mean, shove that back under there. Right. Now we've got plenty of room inside the plug. As you can see, the wires are lovely and short. If anything happens to go wrong, the live should pull out first. The top goes on without having to squeeze anything. See? Hang on. The top goes on without having to squeeze it. Let's get a screwdriver. Shake that off the end of it. Tighten that up. Get the safe block out of there. So we're actually now ready. I can't do any testing on this radio because I haven't got a microphone for it, but that's no great issue. I will order up a mic. Now the radio has been repaired, I will go to the trouble of ordering up a mic put these back in the drawer, and have I got a big puddle of blood under my foot? No, seems to have got that far and got fed up and stopped, so it'll congeal. Right. So yeah. Now, let's do a bit of testing. So here we look on the handheld. 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, yes, yes. The squelch works. There's no adjustment on the squelch on these. What you get is what you get. Yeah, the DX vocal switch works. The high-low power works. And where's that Midland mic? Where's that Midland mic? I don't think it'll work in this, because it's not the right mic. It might, but I don't think so. No. Oh, maybe. It might. Let's try. 1, 2. See, the mic is knackered, but remember, we've got no. I shouldn't be doing that because I've got no bloody meter in the back of it. But yeah, that's good enough. That mic's got a knackered insert in it. That's why there's no audio. Because it's the same when I plug it into the Speedway. There's no audio. So let's turn it round. Give you all a look. I'll give you a look at it lit up. There you go. That is the DNT B40 from the early 1980s. It's a nice attractive little radio, and the channel 3 light does work. I think the squelch might be a bit dirty. Yeah, but I'm happy with that. So, another job well done. And we did most of this one last night, as you know, but we've got it finished and it's working as we expect it to. Thank you for watching, folks. Remember to do all the above. Like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends that there's this really cool dude who fixes radios, record players, amplifiers. I'll even fix your love life, but there's not enough time in the day. You all take it easy, folks, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much, and bye for now.